In the long ago time, before board members threw themselves into pools, before Mark Murphy had X-rated Christmas parties, before the dark time, before Inuit throat singers, in the long ago time when board meetings would start with a bottle of scotch on the table, no glasses. There was a prophecy that a great team would come to lead us to the land of milk and honey.
Since 2004, the most public faces of Seattle's On the Boards have belonged to Artistic Director Lane Chaplinsky and Managing Director Sarah Wilkie. We asked members of the Seattle arts community just what was it about these two that makes them so different.
The personal touch.
I really don't know what I would do without that space.
Lane is awesome.
It's like you descended from art heaven.
Lane and Sarah did the impossible.
Sarah is wonderful.
You both give a real gift to Seattle.
Three words come to mind.
The personal touch. I'm a subscriber to On the Boards.
A subscriber to On the Board since 2006.
The only arts organization that I subscribe to.
And how am I not supposed to renew my subscription when I get a happy face and a heart, these personal messages on my renewal forms and my thank you letters?
They are, I think, as audience focused as they are artist focused.
They'll take the board out dancing. They're both great backup singers. They're pretty great at badminton, although we've never won the tournament.
I challenge both Lane and Sarah to a badminton tournament. Never once have they played a game.
But I've been in this town for 15 years, and On the Boards have been my favorite arts organization, regardless of discipline, for 15 years, from the outside. And pretty much the instant that Lane showed up, and then when Sarah joined him, they have a spirit of inclusivity that all of a sudden made it my favorite organization from the inside.
Stair and Rogers,
Lewis and Clark,
Nichols and May,
Romy and Michelle,
Itchy and Scratchy,
Simon and
Simon.
Wilkie and Chaplinsky.
Sarah and Lane represent probably one of the greatest teams that Seattle has ever known, because you can't program a season without then managing that season.
I disagree.
Sarah greets you at the door. She's either working behind the box office,
Helping at the box office.
Helping with the box office.
or she's gadflying about the lobby, talking about the artist, making sure that she's connecting with us. And then you look over to the foo bar and you see Lane dishing out the drinks
Being a backup bartender.
Serving drinks.
and chit-chatting with everyone and telling people what they might expect.
On the Boards is the only arts organization in Seattle that I would consider being A-list for, because I want to be at a space like that and be a part of that type of aesthetic inquiry in anywhere in the US or in the world.
Sarah and Lane, I think my affection for you would best be expressed in a slow, seductive striptease. Actually, can't wait at all. That's how much I love you both.
Three words come to mind. Generosity, risk, and joy. Generosity, they open the doors to everyone. Everyone has a place at On the Boards.
It feels like a family.
You don't go to On the Boards without having an interaction with Lane and Sarah, period.
Prior to finding On the Boards, I never felt like there was an art space that felt like home to me, that really had a sense of inclusiveness.
It just makes me feel like they really want me there.
Risk, obviously, they try all sorts of stuff.
It's why it is what it is internationally.
Inspiring programming that typically surprises me and makes me angry, makes me bored, makes me excited, makes me feel sexy.
But it doesn't really matter, because there's always this sense of joy, like we're going to be in this together, we're going to try stuff, we're going to celebrate art, we're going to celebrate the human condition. That's what they're all about. I mean, that vibe and that tone at On the Boards is set at the top with those two.
I was on the board for 4 years. Lane and Sarah make being on the board feel really cool and sexy.
We've had several teenagers who started attending On the Boards through Teen Tigs just become like these avid attenders long past when they age out of Teen Tigs because they can't believe that something like that exists.
And be able to work with artists like Sarah, who is constantly saying, let's get more in there, let's get more teams, what can we do, what can we do?
Right.
And so completely supporting that mission.
Right, to work with an organization that really gets it, that really embraces young people and actually wants them there, not like as a PR gesture.
The sense that in 2001 there was this sense that what Mark had been able to build out of On the Boards up until that point was destroyed, and that On the Boards is over, and that there's nothing that you could build on top of that. Somehow Lane came in and created on top of that organization an organization that flows beautifully from it, that is completely separate and new from it, and that dovetails into it beautifully. Lane and Sarah did the impossible.
As a marketer, I love seeing what they do. I mean, anytime you come in my office, you can open my drawer and you're going to see a stack of materials because I'm always trying to keep up with On the Boards.
And I think they do an excellent job in elevating Seattle into, the global stratosphere of being an important place for artists to come and for audiences to check out what's going on in the world.
The two of you are amazing, and what you do and the programming and your commitment to the arts in this community is beyond compare. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know that anyone who appreciates extraordinary arts programming also thanks you.
I don't know how to tell you how much it means to us that you've given us so many opportunities to just make stuff that, we wouldn't have the opportunity otherwise to make. On the Boards is such a wonderful institution, and to have been a part of any of the programming is an utter privilege. Oh, I'm so hungry.
I wanted to say thank you to Lane and Sarah for really creating the preeminent visual art space in Seattle.
The premier arts organization in Seattle by far.
That's why people are throwing themselves at your doorstep.
I just love them.
I love him.
I love you guys.
I love you, Lane and Sarah.
Mwah.
She's fantastic.
We're so lucky to have them.
If it weren't for Lane and Sarah, I wouldn't feel this connection.
Okay.
That's it.